Matrix Canadian Tavern Pool Hall in Ronkweil, Austria. And we are down to the last 8 players, the quarterfinals, and we have a match going on here between Marcus Chamat from Sweden and the legendary player from Germany, Ralf Souquet of billiards here on his first break. He get the corner ball, he get the 1 ball and the 3 ball, and he has a position on the 2 ball, so things starting very well for the Napoleon of billiards, Marcus Chamat. So he's doing well, no major problems here left at the table, so he just has to keep his concentration and positions, shot after shot. A little bit short here on the 6 ball. If it would be straight or the other angle, he can get a very easy 7 ball, but with that angle he has, he will have a little longer 7 ball. Still in control over the game, just a little bit more difficult. Here he is also checking out other options, like the option to play the 9 ball combination, just because he might don't like the long shot on the 7 ball. Here you see much more viewers now. That's just because they put all the matches now in our room, so on the neighbor tables you cannot see, so it's in the back of the screen. I see all the other 3 matches from the remaining 6 contestants here at our tournament in the Eurotour. It's, by the way, an anniversary Eurotour. It's the Eurotour number 100 since they start this tour in 1992. So he was trying to shoot it very hard to get a closer position to the 7 ball. Lots of English going to rails, but it didn't went well. I mean, I guess he is still figuring out, still measuring out here this 9 ball combination, because the 7 is still difficult. So here you see what difference it is, just going from the 5 to the 6 ball, just a little angle he missed on the 6, which is just a few centimeters more, what kind of difference they make in a game. Things could be very easy and then things going very complicated, just because the cue ball once rolled a few centimeters too much, too less or too much. But here in 8 ball as well. And here comes the break. But that's not all about the titles from this legendary player. By the way, he just made the 9 and in the side pocket. So this was a quick game here for Ralf Souquet, just making the 9 on the break in the. And here it's Marcus Chamat at his break. Get the 1 ball, some additional ball. 1 ball crosses the line, that's the 8, so it's certainly not a dry break. But not a fine position on the 2 ball. He cannot, there's no serious pocket available for the 2 balls, so he will be forced to play safety. So let's enjoy some safety battle between those great players here. cannot see. Here I can see. So, cue ball is in a pretty good parking position. Mr. Souquet has a jump shot option here. I guess he will go for that because the chance to make this 2-ball into the right head corner pocket are not very high, but not too low either. And the chance and the position possibility on the 3-ball is also given. So in case he make it, he can have a position. But he's still figuring out the kick shot option here over the right side rail. But now he's going to his place and get his jump cue ready. Because the resaves possibilities are pretty low when he goes for a kick shot. And the jump shot offers him at least I don't know how many percentage of a chance to make this 2-ball. On every average player the chance would be very low to make that ball. But on a legendary player like Ralf Souquet, I would give him like at least 20% chance to make that ball. Even more maybe. Oof! I tried it to make it in the side. And missed it, not much, just barely. Okay, he didn't leave much for Marcus Chamat, so he will be probably try another safety. A cut into the side is still available also for the 2-ball, if he likes to go for that, but the safety seems to be easier because the 3 is nearby and he can get the cue ball easily behind it. Just like that. So 2 kick shot possibilities here, going over the left side rail or over the head rail. Where he's standing now, this is the head rail. He also checks 2 rails, going to the head rail, the right side rail, and hitting from there the 2-ball, because you see the 2 and the 9 pretty close together. So if he can hit a certain point on the 2-ball, he has a tolerance of, let's say, 3 millimeters. When he can manage to hit that, he has also the chance, of course, to make this 9-ball. The chance is there. The target to get a legal shot is 100 millimeters. 57 millimeters is the wide of this object balls, right? And you have a little bit room to the right and left, so it's a 100 millimeter target to get a legal shot, but only 2 millimeters to make something in the pocket. And he missed the target here. Foul shot from Ralf Souquet, which is kind of a surprise. Normally, at least they manage it to get a legal shot out of that, and sometimes they even can make this shot and pocket it. But to make a foul here is quite a big mistake for a legendary player like the Kaiser, Ralf Souquet. Ball in hand from Marcus Chamat. I don't know if he likes to... I mean, another safety, to pull out another safety is pretty easy for him now. Just park the cue ball behind the 9 and send the 2-ball near the 7 and 4 ball, and he can lock him up another time. But he knows also that to get a chance to get Ralf Souquet on 3 fouls in a row is nearly impossible. So he's not taking that into consideration unless he has no alternative. So that's the reason why he goes with ball in hand for this combination. And yeah, just run it out. That's better chance than getting 3 fouls in a row from Ralf Souquet. So Marcus Chamat is taking back the lead with this 9 ball. And you see his cue alignment. Very nice. 2-1 in the favor. Prize money for the National Federation is pretty big in this case. So here is the break, and it didn't turn out very good here. Came up empty, nothing went in. Long shot for Marcus Chamat. Long straight in on the 1 ball. But if he can make this shot with the kind of a stop shot, or where he's pointing his cue at, so he has some angle left on the 1 ball, so it's not that straight, so the cue ball will go. If he makes the 1 a little bit to the left from his playing direction, and from there he might keep the cue ball in a position to have a shot at the 2 ball. But then the work is not over. The next challenge is to go from the 2 all the way to the 3 ball, which is another half of the table. So this is certainly a very, very tough run out, and it starts with a very, very tough shot on the 1 ball. So he's not giving it an attempt. Instead, he's trying to play a safety. He's trying to park the cue ball behind the 3. Couldn't get it, but didn't offer much here because the distance is still there. So he has to find out another safety option. And this is always takes some longer time to take all the possibilities, because you have sometimes really a lot possibilities to play a safety. Not easy ones. Everyone is, you need to play a very good safety. You need so much speed control. So much skill is needed to play a very good safety, and then you have several opportunities, several possibilities to play a safety, that you have to take some time to take it into consideration. But you see that he had a shot at the 1 ball. The 1 ball could pass the 5 ball, which I couldn't see from my point of view, and I don't have a different point of view than you at your screen. So he made that 1 ball, very nice shot, but not happy with the position here, of course, on the 2 ball. And I cannot judge. I mean, I could judge a match beside it. I have a better view on other tables, but not at the center court. So my commentary this time is pretty limited, because I don't have a direct side to this center court table. Looks like he's going for a soft kick from the foot rail. That's what he likes to do pretty often. It's not really a safety, of course, but it doesn't give the opponent a run-out situation. He can only answer with another safety. Pretty nice, but still he got a, you can see the left part of the 2 ball, but cannot do much with it. If he hits it directly at this point, he can send the 2 ball on the other side and try to keep the cue ball. That's hard. No, he cannot keep the cue ball behind the 5 or the 9. two ball need a certain speed, and then you have more speed left on the cue ball. So it makes me wonder when he's even going for a kick here. Let's see, maybe he's trying to get the cue ball back at the head part of the table, like this. Not without danger. Yeah, I see he's not happy with his. At least I can see the players, not the table, not the center court table, but the players. So I saw in his face that he's not happy with the outcome of that shot. So Marcus Chamat has a shot at the two ball. But can he manage it from this position? I guess it's a natural hit. And the cue ball will go naturally, of course, to the foot rail, and from there back and pass right between the 6 and the 9 ball for a position at the 3. Here comes the shot, and he passes between, hits a little bit the 6 ball, but only very thin, so he still has a position on the 3 ball. Okay, he's fine, he's in complete control here. Just have to keep it till the end. Low left for position, low right, excuse me. No, he's not trying to pass the 7, he's going to play a position for the side pocket. I have to be very careful with my commentary here because like I said, I don't have a direct sight at the table. And when you have a direct sight, you can be much more precise with the commentary, and when you mention different possibilities, if this shot is possible or that shot is possible. The best judgment, of course, can do the players right on the table over there. Marcus Chamat here on the 9 ball to extend his lead. Shooting the 9 to the Patrick's corner here. And have the lead now with 3-1. He may get the 1 ball. He has a side at the 2 ball, but is blocked by the 7, so I don't know if he likes to go for the thin cut here into the side. No, the safety was too easy. So why going for the thin cut when you have an easy safety in front of you? Ralf Souquet is... You can go 1 rail, 2 rail, 3 rails. 1 rail option is not requires lots of inside spin, so that's not a serious option. So you can go 2 rails or even 3 rails. This looks to me like a 2 rail option here. 1, 2 rails. Legal shot. He didn't leave much, but of course Marcus Chamat will play another safety here, so we will have a lot of times here at the center court. We start the games with safety battles. Let's have a closer look here at the profile from Marcus Chamat. He is 34 years old. He's playing with a Predator cue. I recently get the information that I have to pronounce it like Predator and not like Predator, which I always did before. But I guess Predator sounds better than Predator, right? But anyway, great company, great cues, and they even start a new World 10-ball tour right now. So the Predator 10-ball tour is starting probably this year with a tournament in Portugal. With added money, which is pretty important, of course, because the players need to have a reason to go somewhere. They don't like in some other national countries when they try to organize tournaments and all the players can win is their own entry fee. I mean, a lot of players meet, put their entry fee up and play for it. Then they don't need a federation to organize something like that. They can organize that on themselves just by making appointments to play for money. Minimum participants too. So the added money part is a very important part and has a long tradition, especially in America, as well as the pro tournaments also here in Europe and Asia. But strangely enough, not in some national countries in Europe. From this point of view, you can see it requires a little curve here from Ralf Souquet to get a direct shot at the 2-ball. But the direct access to the pocket, to the right foot pocket, is blocked by the 4-ball anyway. So maybe, how about hitting rail first? No, 2-ball is too far away from the rail, otherwise a little bit closer and he could have hit the rail first and sent the cue ball off the 2-ball behind the 4, but not out of that situation. he plays this curve shot kind of slow, or as slow as possible, and still create a curve, maybe he can keep the cue ball behind the 4? No. But whatever he tried here, it didn't work. Now he left the easy position for Marcus Chamat. The 4 ball is not far away, so I'm pretty sure he can get this position. From the head camera view, maybe. Yeah, requires some speed control here, of course, to keep the cue ball on along the tangent line when you hit the 2 ball. Oh no, it's there. There's the 3 ball. The 3 ball. I forgot the 3 ball. It's over there on the other end of the table. So he has to go a much different way here. He has a shot at the 3, a little bit blocked by the 8 ball. But I guess he can reach the top right part of the cue ball, which is actually the part you need to park the cue ball on the other side for a shot at the 4 ball. Right. Now he got the control here. Now you got here, you see the perfect angle to go also a little bit closer to the 6, keeping things comfortable for him. Now just a draw shot, maybe some right side English to get a position here on the 7. So it's just a Saturday afternoon walk for him home to collect another game on his account. Of course, now he has to come pretty close to the side corner, to the side pocket, but he was in a feel-good position on the 7 ball, so you can keep it that accurate. You can manage that without having the danger of scratching on the side. But of course, what is easy for guys like that is mission impossible for beginners. If you haven't tried it yet, you should. So, anyway, here's the break. And again, not successful, which is very unusual. So, if Ralf Souquet has problems with his break, then he is in danger, of course. And he's actually 4-1 behind, so he's in trouble here. Fortunate enough that he didn't leave something easy for Marcus Chamat. He's blocked by the 8 ball, so he will probably play as a push out, has to make kind of an offer, and where he's pointing his finger there, this might be one possibility where he can push the cue ball. And if you analyze the table here, you see the difficult situation with the 2 ball and the 4. Hard to say if the 2 ball can pass. Probably the 2, you can make the 2 ball into the corner pocket. But if the 2 9 ball combination is on, you cannot judge. Okay, here comes the push out. Would you go for it, or would you give it back? Or you can't judge it. Safety option is here if you hit the 1 ball from the player's side on the right. Then you can get a parking slot for the cue ball 2 rails behind the 3. But you have to hit it somewhere. He's taking care to keep the table clean here. So when you try to do this 2-rail safety behind the 3, the 1 ball, you have to shoot the 1 ball in direction of the 6. So it's probably not gonna work. Maybe he can pass the 6 and still get the safety. He tried it that way, easy. Not to bring trying to bring the 1 ball downward to the foot area. Just keep the 3 and 6 between the 2 balls, but he couldn't get this either. So, Mr. Napoleon, Marcus Chamat, has a shot at the 1 ball. The bank shot in the side is on, but the position on the 2 ball is doubtful. So I expect here another safety. Here's the try of a safety. Nice try, but Ralf Souquet still has a shot at the 1 ball. No high percentage pocket available, of course, so the safety battle will continue. You need a high solution screen, and I don't have that, to judge it better where the kiss shot, when you hit the 1 ball on the outside, where the kiss shot would go after contacting the 4. If there is a chance to make a double kiss, maybe 4 ball, 5 ball, and to get it, or whatever. So we just have to wait what Ralf Souquet is trying to do here, and this looks pretty good. So he saw that he can hit this 1 ball without moving it too much, keeping it there, and bring the cue ball all the way down to the other end of the table. And this looks like that he's checking it out, so might be a close call. Maybe he can pass between the 8 and the 2. Is that true? Look at that. Now, Jacob Belka is even leading 8-5 over Jayson Shaw. Look at this shot. Look at this shot from... Wow. Look at this shot from Marcus Chamat over this long distance. He made the thin cut on the 1 ball. This is an unbelievable shot. Absolutely great. And here another safety or a billiard carom try on the 9-ball. Here it is. So Marcus Chamat extend his lead another time. Leading. Okay, Marcus Chamat even stays for his break on the table. Half the corner ball, half the 1 ball. And I guess he has a thin cut on the 2 ball. Not easy, but I guess it's good enough to go for it. Just to avoid a safety battle this time, maybe. After the long safety battles between the match before, Darren Appleton and Daryl Peach, and a few safety battles we saw here, I'm getting tired to see these safety battles going on here. Even though they are really high class, no doubt about that. The 3 ball is on the other end of the opposite corner. So you can just let the cue ball go back and forth here between the 2 side rails for a position on the 3. That's it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What a mistake. Would you call it unfortunate roll or mistake from Marcus Chamat? It could have been the 6-1 lead. But now it's Ralf Souquet back at the table. With ball in hand and 5 open remaining balls. You don't need to be a great fortune teller to know that he will collect this game. Just watch and enjoy. Here with this 9-ball, Ralf Souquet is coming a little bit closer here happy for him, because I know he's putting so much effort, so much energy and time into this game that he really deserved it. Another time, empty break for Ralf Souquet. Hey, here, Jacob Belka wins his match. First player to walk into the last 4 at this Eurotour. Wins 9-5 over Jayson Shaw. Okay, what happened here? I don't know. I guess Marcus Chamat has a shot at the 1 ball. Yes. Position on the 2. The 3 cannot pass into the side, but he can make it into the left foot corner if he can get a position for it. He's checking out other position possibilities, because it's not easy to play with low right now the 2 ball for a position on the 3 to bring the cue ball back near the place where it is now. This is hard to do. So he's checking out other possibilities. And I certainly cannot judge it from my point of view here. Can go also 3 rails around, maybe for a shot into the right head corner pocket. Yeah, looks like 1, 2, 3 rails. Now he got a shot at the right head corner pocket. Maybe he can pass also the 9 ball into the right side pocket. I cannot say it from this low solution screen here. Oh, he played a safety. And what a safety. That's really locked up here. Ralf Souquet will have a hard time to get a legal shot out of this. The 3 rails option, 3 rails are available to go to start with the left side rail, foot rail, the right side rail, and to get a shot at it, to get a legal hit on the 3. Still figuring it out, and if he thinks it's too less of a chance to get a legal shot, then he's also trying to think if he can leave some insurance to put some balls together somewhere. But also this is not easy, because he don't have balls nearby where he just can hit them softly to create a problem. So he has to go for the already mentioned 3 rail option here. 1, 2, 3, and here comes, and he missed it. And he missed it. Foul shot by Ralf Souquet. And it's the second time he missed a kick shot. Before it was a 2 rail kick he missed. Now a 3 rail kick. Both of them were pretty difficult, especially this one here. But that this happened twice in a match is a certain sign that Ralf Souquet is in trouble here. Normally this happens not too often to Ralf Souquet. Okay, here. Maybe he will get another chance. Marcus Chamat is missing another time a position here. Cue ball traveled a little bit too far. He might be forced to play another safety. There is a little temptation to play this 4-9 combination as well. He can go for it if he plays this cue ball low some side to keep it behind the 7. So in case of missing this, can keep the safety position between the cue ball and the 4 ball. How about that? Low left. No. He's not going for that option. He's trying to play the bank shot and missed it. So Ralf Souquet coming back to the table, and now he really has a nice opportunity to collect another game and keep and maybe coming back into the match. Look at this. Look at this. He missed that shot, which is very unusual. For Ralf Souquet. I never saw him producing so many mistakes. I mean, not never, but for a long time I didn't saw him to produce this amount of mistakes. He showed us now here. Giving Marcus Chamat another time the opportunity to extend his lead another time. So Marcus Chamat is just a little draw shot away. And one stop shot to go one game further in the direction of the semi-final. And here it is 9-ball. He extends his lead, going from 5-2 into 6-2. Race to 9. He also have a pretty open spot here. Open shot at the 4-ball. Oh, I almost missed a break here from Marcus Chamat. Sometimes easier to make commentary on a table you have a direct side to, a direct view to, instead of making commentary on a game you see here just on the screen. So he came up empty also on his break. The breaks are not working so good anymore here on the center court table. I remember yesterday and the day before we had some pretty good outcomes on the breaks, but not today. Today it's getting pretty hard here on the center court table. We saw a lot of starts with a lot of safety battles, a lot of times empty breaks, also dry breaks we saw. Not so many high class controlled breaks. So the circumstances changed a little bit, and this is usual. If you have a table, when you make a ball from a certain spot all the time with a high consistency, all the time this or that corner ball, it will change after a while, after some breaks. Let's say 20 or 40 or 50 breaks, then it will change. Because the dots in the cloth where you rack the balls, they're getting wider and wider. So the exact positions of the balls are changing always a little bit more and more from break to break, so that the outcome of a break will never be the same anyway, but getting even more and more different than the breaks before. For a few breaks you can get a pretty consistent outcome, but circumstances are changing. And here Ralf Souquet collecting another game. So he's staying tough in this match. And you can bet on that he never gives up a game, a match. And I can be a witness for that a lot. Okay, Ralf Souquet reduced the distance in the score a little bit, going. He can. Absolutely he can. He made a corner ball, he made a one ball, he made an additional third ball, so he's just playing 6 ball here. The only unfortunate thing is that he has no direct shot on the 2 ball, but a bank shot he has. I would go for the bank shot in this case, because with some low right side spin you get a position on the 3 ball, and you won't risk too much, because when you miss this bank, the chance to receive safety, because the cue ball is down in the head area, the 2 ball would be down in the foot area, you won't risk much, and the bank shot is not that difficult. I mean, for bank pool specialists it would be like a hanger in a pocket. He's not going to make this bank, he's going for safety. He's not showing us too much of confidence right now. I mean, even though the safety was very good, brilliant, very nice speed control, but where's the confidence? Where's the confidence to make that bank and the position on a 3? Now I see some expressions from Mr. Manuel Ederer. Doesn't look very happy. He's also 6-4 down. But he has to give room another time at the table for Niels Fine right now. So let's check out the kick shot here. Of course you can try to play it very accurate, 2 rails and a thin hit on the 2, softly. Or like that, 1 rail. Very nice resave, very nice resave from Marcus Chamat. Another reason, if you have an opponent who can come out of safety situations like that, another reason sometimes to go more for the offensive shot, to go more for the bank shot. He had the opportunity before. Measuring out, mirror system here. Don't forget to take into consideration that you won't hit the rail with the center of the cue balls. You will hit it always with the outside of the cue ball. So that's a 27.333 millimeters difference. And here he lost another safety battle, leaving quite pleasant shot for Marcus Chamat. And he can make the position just by using a draw shot here on the 3. So he got the control now over that game. He can collect that on his account. If he just finishes his work here, and if he just do his work well. Darren Appleton is on the hill with the remaining 3 balls in front of him. Oh, look at this, look at this. Another position error from Marcus Chamat. But he still got the shot. Could have been worse, could have been totally locked up behind the 9 ball. When he plays that now, naturally, the cue ball will naturally go exactly in direction of the 8 ball. So just a little right side spin is enough to keep it in front of the 8 like this. And here Darren Appleton is the next player to walk into the last 4, winning 9-4 over Mateusz Nigocki from Poland. And here another 9 ball in Patrick's corner here. Don't forget, we are here at Patrick's Canadian Tavern and Pool Hall in Runkweiler, Austria. At his break. I could get a 1 ball in the side, but no shot at the 2 ball, so he will be forced to play a push out. So where would you put the cue ball? What kind of offer would you do? Would you make to your opponent in this case? Sometimes the options are... Sometimes you have plenty of options. And this... yeah, a lot of things to think about. Whatever he's pointing his finger at, that's the position, obviously, that's the position he'd like to get with the cue ball. So he even uses the rest to get the cue bridge, to get the... to make this push out shot here. You certainly don't want to hit too soft, and then he will get it back because it would be a safety. You don't want to hit it too hard, and it would be too easy to get a big safety out of that for Ralf Souquet. Here he comes. Ralf Souquet got now the option to give it back to him or to play it by himself. It's not easy to hit the 2 ball that thin, to bring it around 2 rails or maybe 3 into the shadow nearby where it is right now and avoid the scratch in the right foot corner pocket. No, he don't like it. He give it back to Marcus Chamat. Let's see what he can do out of that. By the way, the next player who walks into the last 4 is Niels fine. Probably. No, they are not finished yet. They had a problem on the screen and it showed that a 9-4 lead for Niels Fine, but it was wrong, and they pushed the wrong button on their computer, and some technical assistant had to help to get this score back in the right position. So probably somebody was pushing the wrong button, going in, adding one game to Niels Fine's account instead of Manuel Ederer, so the actual score is 8-5. So this party is not over yet on table number 19. So I missed the action here on our table. But looks like that there is a pretty good safety in front of Marcus Chamat. 2-rail kick, or he can curve a little bit with some left side spin to go just for a 1-rail kick. Both cases he need to hit it as full as possible to keep the cue ball maybe behind the 9 ball and the whatever it is, I guess 7 ball. Ooh, big mistake. Foul shot from Marcus Chamat. Here you see he's certainly not happy about that. With ball in hand, would you try to run it out, or would you go for this 9-ball combination? Be honest. Ralf Souquet is going also for the 9-ball combination. Okay. I'm interested to see if he will just play it right away, full risk, or if he try to play with the insurance, keeping the cue ball behind some other ball. No, full risk, and yeah, of course, maybe for a legendary player like. Here comes the break from the Kaiser, Ralf Souquet, making the 1 ball on the break. And he has a sight at the 2 ball, but the 2 ball is blocked from the 5 ball. And Marcus Chamat is mentioning that he has his doubts. It might be a dry break. A dry break means he make just 1 ball on the break, so 2 balls are need to pass. Has to pass the head string. So they were asking head referee, even Mr. David Morris, if everything is okay here with that break. And Ralf Souquet looks like that he's going for this 2-5 combination shot. He has to play it with the follow to bring the cue ball back from the foot rail into a position for the 2. He made it, but couldn't get the position on the 2. The bank shot now is not on because you cannot get easily the position on the 3. So he's going for a safety, like before. Trying to keep the 9 ball and the 3 ball between the 2 and the cue ball. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Party on table 19 is probably going to an end. And I see Niels fine on the table with just 2 remaining balls. Not too easy. He's hesitating a little bit. And here comes the shot from Marcus Chamat. Legal hit, but leave the shot for Ralf Souquet. Not an easy one. Far away, certain angle. While Mr. Niels Fine is on the match ball here on the 9 ball to walk into the last 4 players. And he wins the match over Manuel Eder, 9-6. Manuel Eder is not happy about it. At least a piece of chalk. Need to take some fly lessons. Nice shot. Very accurate here from Ralf Souquet. With this shot, with this position on the 3 ball and the 4 ball nearby, he captured the control here over this game, keeping the score tight. Look at this. Look at this. What a position error here. This is very, very, very unusual here from Ralf Souquet, making little mistakes like that. He's normal a perfectionist. Snookered himself behind the 9. Has to pull out now a kick shot, and however this will turn out, it's doubtful, and he was in a quite sure position. So again, our center court table match is the last match. Long shot now. Look at, ooh, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. It was such a good shot on this 4 ball, but scratched in the side. ball in hand, Ralf Souquet. 4 remaining open balls. What else to say? And here the 9 ball for Ralf Souquet, the Kaiser. Corner ball is not going to work very often, but this time, and the 1 ball. And he got a position on the 2. So this game looks pretty good for Mr. Napoleon of Billiard. He cannot reach it easily. He don't like, but on the other hand, he don't like to use the bridge for that shot. So he needs an extension on his cue. No, he's changing his mind. Get rid of the extension. What else is he coming now along? He walks out of the arena. Try to get a bridge from the neighbor table. Doing fine, pretty good position, so he keeps the control here. Can now play a draw shot. He can also let it go and roll between the 7 and the 8 on the rail. But he's going for the draw. This is like another Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon ride home for Marcus Chamat. When you have shots like that here where he's pointing his cue at, he would just want to make sure that he has not too much and not too less angle on the 8 ball, because if you're straight in on the 8 ball, then you cannot get the cue ball away a little bit from the rail, and you don't want to shoot the 9 ball with the cue ball frozen to the rail. So that's why you like to have just a little angle here, and then you can play this 9 ball much more comfortable. And here comes another 9 in Patrick's corner here. Marcus Chamat leading 8-5. He made a corner ball, he made a 1 ball, and he has a shot at the 2 ball, but the 3 and the 7 are pretty close together, so I would say my forecast would be safety battle ahead after this 2 ball. Still thinking about it. To play the 2 ball is obviously because he cannot get a big safety out of this situation, so he has to pot the 2 ball. But what kind of position would be the best for him to play or create a safety out of the 3 ball? Look at this, look at this, look at this. Ooh, pretty close, but turns out very good. Out of this position he can play a pretty good safety, I'm pretty sure about that. So hit it on, from his point of view, on the left side, bring the cue ball to the side rail, back from there, behind the 7 and the 5, while sending the 3 in the other half. Not so far away, but it's a safety. An easy kick to make a legal shot for Marcus Chamat, of course. So I'm pretty sure that this safety battle will go a little bit back and forth. So he needs lots of left side spin when he goes just 1 rail to get a hit at a 3, and when he hits it not full but a little bit on the outside, then the cue ball might stay in the head area while sending the 3 ball near the center or even further. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly, so he keep those 2 balls apart. Hard time now for Ralf Souquet to create another safety here. He has only the 6 ball and the 9 ball. Has interesting parking slots for the cue ball, but this is not easy, and they are a little bit away apart, you know, so pretty tough. The long bank shot is maybe also an option to make it a bank in the right head corner. It's not easy either, of course, but what would you choose, a difficult bank or a difficult safety? I guess he tried to bank. And missed it. And not only that, he left a pretty nice chance for Marcus Chamat. So So Marcus Chamat, a 34-year-old player from Sweden. The 2 times European champion, the 3 times Eurotour champion, has now the chance to walk into the last 4 of this anniversary Eurotour tournament. They will probably have some special celebration later on, because I even see here a DJ walking around, making his things ready. And here comes the match ball for Marcus Chamat with this 9-ball in the Patrick's corner. He succeeds to the last 4, winning 9-5 over Ralf Souquet, and we are back for more later on.